Hey y'all, what's going on? It's me, Kevin, with Fit Man Cook. Well, around the same time every year, we know what happens, right? You walk into a store and it is completely covered in red and pink hearts. That's one sign. Another sign is you can't walk 5 feet without seeing somebody sell some type of flower or rose, okay? Chocolate. Chocolate is basically on sale for free. I mean, you can get chocolate covered anything right now. And the fourth sign is you or your boo thang may start acting a little bit romantic. Now those are all signs that love is in the air. Yes, I am talking about Valentine's. One of the most common ways of celebrating romance is of course going out to eat, right? It's always fun. You get to dress up, bust out your nice clothes, put on a nice button down, you can look real sharp. Yeah, which reminds me, I should probably change. Hold on. All right. Okay. Think I'm good to go, right? I'm good. Anyway, back to eating out. So there have been tons of studies done on obesity and the caloric content of meals in many chain restaurants. In fact, in 2011, a Drexel University study found that one adult meal, which included a shared appetizer, one main entree, and then a side dish, had about 1,500 calories with over or around 28 grams of saturated fat. 28 grams of saturated fat, that's huge. And then when they begin to factor in things like beverages and then dessert, it easily shot up way past 2,000 on average. So this Valentine's, I issued a personal challenge to myself to see if I could create a 750 calorie, 3-course meal based off some of the foods I really enjoy when I eat out at restaurants. I know, I'm crazy, but this holiday is all about showing love, and food is one of the best ways to show love. And who not better to experiment on than your boo thang? So today, I'm showing you all a 3-course meal with heart-healthier options for Valentine's or date night. So hopefully this really inspires and encourages you to take on a similar challenge. Be sure to check out fitmancook.com to get all the recipe and information and macros from this video, and always check the description box to answer some of your frequently asked questions. All right, now if you got your notepad ready, then let's get started. The first dish is a refreshing watermelon, feta, and arugula salad with homemade citrus vinaigrette. Now I've made this recipe several times, and let me tell you, it is super easy and it's foolproof. It works. To get started, let's chop up the ingredients, which is watermelon, slicing up some red onions, and then chopping up our feta cheese. It's my personal preference to use thinly sliced red onions, so for that I'm going to use my mandolin. Keep in mind that date night is all about trying to impress your boo thang and making them feel special. So don't feel afraid to use some creativity here and work on plating. And salads are a great way to do that. I use a rectangular food mold to be more precise, then simply cut out the square. Then I made thin slices of the feta. To make the vinaigrette, you're going to add the red onion to a bowl, then juice from 2 clementine or oranges, 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar, an optional ½ tablespoon of olive oil, and then sea salt and pepper to taste. Let this marinate in the refrigerator for at least 10 minutes. Then just assemble the salad. I put feta, arugula, chopped watermelon with a little bit of homemade vinaigrette. Total approximate calories for this salad without the homemade vinaigrette came out to about 121 calories. Dish number 2 is a healthier version of chicken piccata. Now chicken piccata is absolutely hands down one of my favorite Italian dishes of all time. And if you don't know, chicken piccata is a savory dish, and it's got a protein, usually chicken, that has been coated, sauteed, and smothered in a delicious sauce. So for chicken piccata, that sauce is usually a lemon and white wine sauce. And as you can imagine, it is absolutely delicious and people love it, but it's super high in saturated fats. So today, I'm gonna show you how to make a heart healthier version of this recipe using way less oil and way less butter. Primarily, we're going to be using almond flour and coconut oil. The white wine in this recipe is an optional ingredient and it's technically not needed. However, it does help to enhance the flavor and it gets us a little bit closer to the original recipe. Since chicken piccata is generally served with pasta, well, we're gonna make some pasta too. So I'm gonna be using a brown rice pasta. Now, if you want a lower carb version of this recipe, you can absolutely use your spiralizer to create a raw zucchini pasta that will be equally delicious, but with much less carbs. So first we're gonna boil our pasta, rinse it under some warm water, and then set it aside. We're gonna measure out about 4 small chicken breasts, roughly 6 ounces in size. Then we're gonna lightly pound them with a mallet so they are thin. This is extremely important because we want to make sure that all of our chicken breasts have the exact same cooking time, and that can't happen if some are thick and some are thin. Next, we're gonna season each chicken breast with a pinch of sea salt and pepper and about 1 tablespoon of coconut or almond flour. Now, I used about a half a tablespoon of almond flour for each side. Next, chop up the parsley, slice your lemons in half, and we're gonna make fresh lemon juice. Next, we're going to set a non-stick skillet on medium-high heat and add in about 2.5 tablespoons of coconut oil. I cannot stress enough the importance of having a non-stick skillet. If you do not have one, you need to go out and purchase one immediately. Having a non-stick skillet allows us to drastically reduce the amount of oil and butter used in recipes. You could literally cut the fat calories at least by half. So once the coconut oil has melted, we're gonna toss in the chicken breast and we're gonna cook them until they are golden on each side. Careful not to let them burn. Depending on the heat of your skillet, you can cook each chicken breast for about 2 to 3 minutes for each side. Then we're gonna remove the chicken from the pan and set aside. Let's immediately toss in the garlic and capers, and we're gonna saute these for about 1 to 2 minutes. And if you're not a fan of capers, then you may appreciate this step because it does help to reduce some of the bitter flavor. Reduce the heat of the skillet to medium heat, and we're gonna toss in about 1/3 cup of low sodium chicken stock, an optional half cup of dry white wine, and 1/3 cup of the freshly squeezed lemon juice. And let the sauce simmer for about 5 minutes. Add the chicken back to the skillet, and we're going to spoon the sauce over the chicken and allow this to cook for about another 5 to 8 minutes. Then we're going to garnish with our freshly chopped parsley and lemon. Again, if you don't want to use white wine in this dish, it's okay. Just replace that white wine with some more chicken stock and then season to taste with the freshly squeezed lemon juice, your sea salt, and pepper. The approximate total calories for 1 of 4 servings without our pasta comes to about 328 calories. Now when we toss in about a half a cup of our cooked pasta, we add on about 105 calories, bringing the total for this dish to 433 calories. And for a lower fat version of the recipe, you can eliminate the sauteing in coconut oil altogether. Simply coat your chicken breasts in some panko crumbs, bake those chicken breasts in the oven, and then smother those breasts in the lemon sauce. And for dessert, we are making banana raspberry dark chocolate brownies. And why? I mean, what is a date night without some chocolate? And I like and recommend dark chocolate because of the many health benefits. It's rich in fiber, magnesium, potassium, is loaded with antioxidants, and much more, which is pretty much why many health officials have encouraged moderate daily consumption of dark chocolate. I'm just going to use my everyday blender, the Vitamix 5200, in order to make the brownie batter. So first we're going to add 1 zucchini. And here's the reason why. Many people like to use ingredients such as applesauce to replace fats in baking, because applesauce, just like fats, help to make the sweets and the treats really moist, so it works very well in baking. Now I like to use zucchini to accomplish the exact same thing as applesauce, but with just fewer carbs. And the cool thing about zucchini is that it does not have a strong flavor and it's packed with tons of water, so when you blend it up, it does have the same texture as the applesauce. So let's blend the zucchini, and we're going to toss in about 1 tablespoon of almond milk. Then we're going to add banana and an optional ingredient of naturally dried dates to increase the amount of sweetness of the brownies, coconut sugar, and then finally 1 egg. We're going to pulse blend this, then pour all the ingredients into a bowl and set aside. Next, we're going to mix up the dry ingredients. First, we're going to add oat flour, and I literally just made this oat flour by adding oatmeal to my Vitamix blender and then pulverizing it into flour. Next, we're going to toss in our cacao powder or our dark chocolate powder, baking soda, and baking powder. And we're going to mix this up. Then, let's slowly add the dry ingredients to the wet ingredients and mix thoroughly. We're going to fold in about 2/3 cup of our raspberries, and then an optional 1/3 cup of dark chocolate chunks. Spray the muffin mold pan with non-stick baking spray, and we're going to evenly divide the batter among the molds. Now there are only 5 shown here because after filling up some of the muffin molds, I got a little clumsy in the kitchen and dropped the bowl of batter on the floor, so some of the batter did not make it to the finale. So that's why you only see 5 here and not 6. We're going to bake this in the oven between 45 and 50 minutes. And to determine the readiness, we're going to stab the brownie muffins with a toothpick or a skewer. If it comes out dry, the brownies are ready to go. I enjoyed this with Arctic Zero ice cream, which is 150 calorie per pint ice cream. It's got strong flavors with much less calories. And the total approximate calories for one of 6 brownies without our optional ingredients of the dark chocolate chunks and the dates comes to roughly 191 calories. To recap, our watermelon, arugula, and feta salad came in at 121 calories, the chicken piccata at 433 calories, and the banana raspberry dark chocolate brownies came in at 191 calories per serving, bringing the grand total to 745 calories with 5 calories to spare. Now listen, I know there are tons of variations and ideas and recipes out there that would get us well below that 750 mark, which proves the point that our diets can be delicious yet nourishing for our bodies. So I want to personally challenge you to take the 750 date night or 3-course meal challenge so you can gain some confidence in the kitchen and take your healthy eating journey to the next level and make it that much more epic. Now, I really want to know how you're doing, so remember to tag your videos and your pictures and your ideas with the hashtag FitMenCook, and then I think on YouTube it is the plus symbol FitMenCook. Now, for me and my date night, now I'm not going to promise that we're going to hit that 750 mark. Now, we may be really close to it, but we may not hit it right on. But I can guarantee we will not be anywhere near that 1500 calorie mark, okay? As always, I want to thank y'all for watching. Keep it healthy, but never boring.